Mic check, 1 2 1 2, man. Let's try this one more time, man. It might be the topic, man. High vibes, good vibrations, peace, light, and love. We coming through one more time with it. Breaking the spell. Mic check, 1 2, making sure we live and clear. I'm in a different location. Back in my grandfather's room with my grandfather's hat on. We finna run it back from the top. Appreciate you, TikTok, for the platform where we can connect with like-minded individuals as we build and share revelations and understanding of this thing we call life. Peace, what's happening, man? Good vibrations, man. I'm having to come back through. Say, man, I done scared the mess out the cleaning lady. You hear me? She didn't know who I was. Poor lady. But yeah, I'm back at the castle. Back at the castle. Yeah, I ain't gonna stay away for too long. I gotta bring it back to you because it's a good one, man. We still talking about breaking these spells. When we look at the difference between knowledge and wisdom, it is the knowledge that's applied that makes it wisdom. And in all of these allegories, it's the same pretty much topic of sojourn, having to go to a place, a new place, and leaving the traditional, what you've been taught or told, or seeking this understanding for yourself. With this in mind, listen, man, I'm not trying to be right according to anybody's doctrine, whether you're a Christian, Jew, or Muslim. We're going to talk about vain imaginations before, as we talking about breaking these spells. And hey, man, if this come across as arrogant or my ego is on display, just understand that every time I score a touchdown, I'm gonna do a little dance. Every time I score a touchdown, I'm gonna do a little shuffle because it feel good. And had we had this same attitude about the preachers and the politicians that were so meek and humble while they lied to you and stole your stuff, but it's a message in it all. So with that understood, this vain imagination, what we talking about vain imagination? What's a vain imagination? Like us thinking that we can imagine something that there is nothing higher than. Like us thinking that we can imagine something that there is nothing higher than. That's a vain imagination. A vanity. Let me show you what I mean. See, when we come with these words and these titles, right? And we define these titles and we describe them, God is a consuming fire. God is a spirit. It's a title. It's 3 letters. Whatever you infuse or imbue these 3 letters with, right? You imagine in your mind that there is nothing higher than this. But if you come into the understanding, which will bring about a level of humility, but it's in a good way, that the fact that you can define it and describe it means that there is something higher than it that you cannot define or describe. So let's describe this thing that the sun is lit. It's lit by something. Let's go one more time. I started from the top, man, and I'm finna bring it back one more time so that we can understand what we look like. All right, let's go. We experience our lives through cycles. We call them seasons. And cycles are expressed as circles. One thing about a circle, you notice when you draw a circle, it has no beginning or end. Ain't no north or no south or no east or west side of the circle. And you know the wheel turn. And it is going to turn on the flat plane. Is what it's going to roll on. But we ain't got to that expression yet. We still on the zero, the circle. The inexpressible, unknown part of this spell that you in, that you call God and the word of God. And in your imagination, there is nothing above this concept you have imagined, which is evidence of your ignorance. But we're going to go through that and work on that today as we get beyond the spells and into the expression of the understanding, which is community building, creating. We are creators. All right, so this is what we look like. So we experience life through cycles, and cycles are expressed as circles. And we experience these cycles through what we call seasons. And the seasons repeat themselves over and over, and we see things regenerate, grow, and reproduce, bear fruit, regenerate, rest. There it is. Then we see the circle that expresses the consciousness or the awareness of that. So from the circle, what do we put inside of it? We put time in it. We put the clock in it. But it's a expression of something that cannot be seen, only experienced. Letting you know that there is always an unseen. And the unseen part is expressed in what is seen. Now, when we talking seeing with two eyes, right? These two eyes you can see. But with the third eye, we call knowing. That's how you see. When you know. That's seeing with your third eye. Now, remember, we just said if you can see it, it's something unseen. If you can know it, it's something unknown. And we talking about this spell that we claim to know and understand and describe and say in our imagination, there's nothing above this concept. We're trying to get you to understand it's a concept, and the concept comes from somewhere, and it's describing how a kingdom functions. King James. So you would have to leave what was set up by the kingdom so that you could establish your community of like-minded individuals, what they call the believers, the saints, whatever term you want to put on those that are waking up and starting to know the spell that they are under, given to them by way of King James. Mic check, all praise be to the Most High. High vibes and good vibrations to everybody that's listening and they can hear it right now. Some of us are afraid to go beyond these letters and concepts, but we must. That's why we took the time to break down the story of Jacob wrestling with El. And he had to overcome. He said you wrestled with God and man and overcame. But we just looking at these spells and trying to break down these allegories to you. And we all agree that the story of Job is allegory. Job means persecution, persecuted. Earlier when I was speaking to you, I was breaking down this understanding of light and darkness and how it is broken down into who Satan is and who the children of the Most High is. So we break it down like this. When we talk about this circle, the next step in the understanding the circle is that is the root word for church. And the church is the body on this rock. Even the rocks will cry out. So we talking about building a body, but what do the body look like? What's the real you? The circle, the cycle is expressed as the circle. The circle is the foundation for the word church. The church is the body. Now, a body with no light in it is considered a dead body. If ain't no light on, and the light is consciousness and awareness of the inexpressible, ineffable, the eternal. What you have defined or confined to the term as God, what we call most high. But the concept is beyond words. Before we left off last time, we picking up right there to help you break this spell. So community building is different from church building. All right, now, if it's a circle, right? That's what the body is. That's where that's what it comes from. That's how it's experienced in circles and cycles. Excuse me. And it's lit up. What's the circle lit up? Sun. So we talking about the real you now. Because in the story of Job, it's three participants. God, the Lord, in all caps, which mean I am, and Satan. That's who dealing with each other. Now we talking about the self. See, you have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind and a physical body. But your conscious mind and conscious mind are considered your real body. And these are considered alive when they are lit. When there's lights in them. When the lights is on. That's when they alive, when they lit. Now, with this understood, you can have a conscious mind in a subconscious mind in a physical body, but they may not be lit. The mind in the subconscious mind may not be aware of the spiritual self. It may only be aware of the physical body. This is Satan. This is an adversarial state of being to our light bodies. I'm just doing the touchdown dance. That's all. Let me pause. Do my little dance. Stare at the screen. We all can agree that the story of Job is allegorical. What we're trying to dig deeper into is helping you understand that everything around you is allegorical and symbolic of what's going on inside of you. Not just the book, reality itself, your existence. Sun and the moon and the stars, the seas and the grass and the trees, everything, all of it. It's telling you your story back at you. The regeneration process, because the spell that you under right now is one of fear, and the fear is of death. That's what the fear is about. So we have come past the point of complaining about this system. So they were community building. Jesus was a revolutionary and a very dangerous character because he was influencing people to come up out of the empire, to give up the ways and the amenities of the empire and come out and build their own community. And these people in the community consist of people from everywhere because the Roman Empire was vast and they ruled over different cultures. So it was people from everywhere. But he was a threat. Then when the apostles came in Acts chapter 2, like in what, 44, 45, when all the people was in one accord, this again is a threat politically. People are again leaving and creating their own communities. Paul is being sent out to gather things from different communities to be distributed among those that need. This is outside of the Roman Empire. They're not going through no government to do this. These are their own establishment that they've set up and that they're maintaining. This is the problem. So when the empire, when the government took over this ideology and added their little 2 cents in and corrupted it, because your Bible come from the Roman Empire, period, point blank. It is the same. The Bible, let me help you understand what it is. It would be the same as, I'm gonna grab somebody in the Misty Farley. Let's say Misty Farley had her own ideology that she was coming with based on her understanding of her experience of existence by way of the grace and goodness and power of the Most High. And she come with this way of understanding and she break it down and she bust it down and people begin to follow it. And based on it, the ideology of Misty Farley, they leave out of the system and start creating their own communities. And the government said, oh man, it's a problem. People going. So what we're going to have to do to control it is right now, we're going to make the official book right here, the government is, we are going to make the official book of the doctrine of Misty Farley. And matter of fact, we're going to make this the law. What we cook up, how we bust her doctrine down, this is going to be the law. Now, the people that really knew Misty Farley and Misty Farley herself are going to have to be gotten rid of. They got to go. And so that the official government version will be the only version of the testament of Misty Farley. And remember, it's law now. We've outlawed any other testament but our version. I'm literally telling you how this religion and the doctrine and the spell was cast and spread. Put everybody under this spell. And they went to war in the name of Jesus. In their spell book. All over the world. And a lot of Christians feel that they are being attacked. It's not that you're being attacked. It's that you never knew the history of your religion. You had the gospel version of the history of your religion. But the truth is, this book was forced on people. First, it was kept away. Listen to me. Listen, let's go real. Let's get really real. So to help the people understand why I say breaking the spell. Why you call this breaking the spell? Because a lot of people worship this book. This is their idol. This to them is their God. This is the word of God. Anything about reality or the world around them, they are going to check, preferably with the King James Version or the New International Version that was translated from the King James Version. This is their whole reality. It's based on it. Words and letters. And they're in an understanding of them. And it's a level of awareness is all it is. It's not good, it's not bad, because it's not for us to determine. It is only a level of awareness. That's it. But when we apply it, when it is applied, what they did, what happened, once they made the official version, their official version of these ancient observations, and outlawed every other, the period of them spreading this ideology is called the Dark Ages. Just to let you know, this is what the foundation of Christianity and the ideology of it is based on. It was spread during what was called the Dark Ages, because they went and burned and destroyed any other book that had any information outside of what they deemed to be the official word of God. G-O-D. And you better not think past it. We're going to give you this G-O-D. We're going to give you these 3 letters. We're going to define it for you. We're going to describe it to you. And you better not think past it. Or you're going to burn forever. This is what's done to you. So when we get into deconstructing and the Bible is to break the spell that has been cast and get from being we are aware of the deception at this point. Now it is what is done about it. So the blueprint tell you in your book what was done about it. This was the reason for the persecution. See, a lot of people started coming out of these cities. The empire crumbled and broke apart. Because, a lot of people is coming out of it. We can give Caesar what belonged to him. See, you see those green pieces of paper with slave masters' pictures on them? With their face and their signature all over. Yeah, that belonged to them. Give it to them. And I'm going to go and get what belonged to me. You see that land and them trees? Yeah, man, I hold my hand up against that soil and up against them trees, man. They look like me. Don't they call me black? Man, wait till it get dark outside and I look up at the sky, man. It look like me. Here your money. Yeah, let me get this right here. And then see the people in our community, man, we are brilliant. You know what the word brilliant mean? It mean lit up. We can make and produce. And we are building in a community. It's a us and a we thing. And I'm talking about we own it's ours, not ownership because somebody, you can't own nothing. We are good stewards of what we have inherited. And we'll see to the needs of the people. This is what our labor is for. This is what the land is for. And what we produce, not only will it provide for the community, it will provide for those around us because of the quality of it, because it's not based on money. See, when you own the land and you build the house, you're not paying nobody no rent. And then you growing food, man, unless you want to go to the restaurant. So it's just the way this thing is set up. The wheel turns. It's a circle, remember? Cycles. Wheels turn. And we just keep turning. But so that's what they did in Acts chapter 2, right? And when they did it, they say they started being persecuted. This is why they were persecuted. It wasn't because of their religious beliefs. Do you know how many different cultures they ruled over at the time? They didn't care about what you believed in, but they named the day of the week after everybody God. trying to please everybody in the empire, man. Who your God? You give him a day. Who your God? Give him a day. What's today? Sunday. Who you worship today? Give him a day. They didn't care. It wasn't about who you believe. That wasn't why they were persecuted. It was because of their ideology of we are gonna come together and build our own and do for each other. This is why they were persecuted. This is why they were seen as a threat. That's why when the call is put out, they say the harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. That's what we're talking about, because these communities must be built. And they built these, you are the rock that is is being built on. Community. We dealing with like community. Even the word revolution had to deal with a cycle and a circle, just a circle turning as it's supposed to. Don't get mad at me because you told let them people tell you it was a north and the south side of a circle. It's the north and the south side of a pole, which is a flat line, but not a circle. Or a sphere. And it's turning on top of that. So which side is the north side of a circle that's turning? But it's turning on a flat plane. In the flat plane, your 1 and your 0, let's look at it. Let's go all the way ancient with your first two numbers. Because I keep drawing it, but I'm going to draw it this way. Maybe you'll see it this way if I draw it like this, the first two numbers. You know what I'm saying? Because the wheel just going to turn. It's behind me too in the picture, but you see that circle? And then you see that line? You see our first two numbers? You see how we came up with it? You see that sunrise? You see the sunrise on the water? 1 and a 0. Ones and zeros. Everything's ones and zeros. Male and female. Masculine and feminine. Everything. You hear me? But yeah, man, so it's been fear placed in us and we've been divided with these spells, right? Been separated. You got all these different denominations among us, among the melanated people. I'm just talking about the melanated people. Excuse me for a second, but I love my people. I really do, truly. And among us, these doctrines got us separated. Baptist, Lutherans, Methodist, Church of Christ, Pentecostal, Jehovah's Witness. In every community, all our communities is just full of these places, right? And look at our communities, though. I say it's a difference between building communities and building churches. That's what we said from the very beginning of the live. Everywhere that you see these churches in our communities, look at our communities. Big church, big land, the congregation own none of it or nothing. Everybody is struggling separate. Praising Jesus, waiting on Jesus. And we honestly think that blessings from God mean, first of all, that you got this God, that you just God, and you, okay, I can dig that. It's hard to get past the indoctrination. But, okay, that's one. But to let yourself be limited to waiting to hey man, I'm not supposed to resist this system. I'm just supposed to accept it and wait. for something to come out the sky. Just because it's normal don't have nothing to do with this being our natural way. It's something that's telling you it's something off about this whole setup. But it's the fear. It say the cowardly can't enter. We be caught up on morally judging one another. It's more on those who are willing to take action. The harvest is plenty, the workers are few. And when you take action and apply this wisdom, what it lead to is establishing and building communities. We are master builders, y'all. It's the reason why they work so hard at keeping us separated. It's a reason for that. It's not an accident. You think it's an accident? It's your neighborhood is full of all these different churches and everybody's struggling. The preacher's living good, pastor living good, big pretty church. But according to the setup of it, it was everybody selling their possessions and coming together and seeing to each other's need. The congregation should own the land that those churches sit on, and the land should be put to use for the benefit and need of the congregation. That's a no-brainer. But we building religions though. We not building communities. They don't want you to do that. Government say, hey, we got that for you. We'll build your community, set it up, tell you what your community is, where it is, how it's supposed to function. Don't worry about that here. Matter of fact, we give you a God. Here you go. Tell you when to praise him. This the day you praise your God. There he is. Go get it. Of course, if you go along with this way in this system, there will be some ease and comfort in your life. And to you, this is evidence of the you pleasing your God. It's a different type of gold, though, that you can get. It's a different kind of gold that you get. And once you get this kind of gold, what you build and what you put your hands to, people will bring the riches of the world to you. Because what you got, they can't buy with the money that they have and the pastors that they listen to. And the politicians that sit in their face just as meek and humble as they want to be and lie to them and take all their stuff that they never confront, never say nothing to or about. Man, let me go to feeling myself too much. Oh, you hear me? But we know who you are and why you do what you do. Just want you to understand this reason why we talking about seeing and sight and we build. We have to understand that it's knowing is a type of sight. You got to be able to see your sight, your eyes have to have light to see by. And that light is in turn itself created, lit by something. We lit. We just lit. Confusion was the plan so they could keep us on the same program but speak different language. Yeah, it's double speak. That's why you have to go beyond the spells to understand the the signs. We was talking about the difference between signs and spells. As your life is a sign, as the sun and the moon and the other stars are signs, your mother and father are signs to you. But we forgot how to read the signs. All we know how to read is King James and Roman Empire, and before that, the Greeks, and before them, the Persians, and before them, the Egyptians, and before them, the Babylonians, and before them, the Canaanites. It's called Babylonian money magic, by the way. He said, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Man, we not trying to give Caesar. We want that. But what the land requires, not only is it the gumption to go out and get it, but the work required to maintain it and build from it. This is where the brilliance come in. This is where God come in. Us. But we talking about from those who understand and know who and what you are. And it may be on a subconscious level that you know who I am. Because this is where it starts. You got to know who you are. And no one can tell you who you are, or is it necessary for you to be told who you are by anyone? Because the trees don't got to be told to grow apples, and the dog don't have to be told to be a dog. They don't have a book to tell them what to be, but they seem to get along fine being exactly what they were created to be. So yeah, we getting beyond. All right, yeah, we got some understanding. What we gonna do about it? So what we are doing, we said we gonna make us some moves. Is what we doing, and we just came together with a group of people that's willing to make the move. And it's easy. It ain't hard as it seems. One step at a time is what we doing. If you want to know about what we doing about it, it's legit and it's about ownership and everybody that participate owning a piece of what we doing. That's all. We talking about, getting past talking and complaining and what we can actually do and implement to keep us from having to be dependent on this system and that Babylonian money magic. What can we do to put ourselves in the position, whether I don't care what kind of currency they're using, what we have, we won't need it. But what we produce, they most definitely gonna have to come to us to get. No, I'm serious. Excuse me if this type of talk scare you. Go to church if you're scared. But if you just want to sit around and bitch and boo-hoo and complain about this system, because listen, it don't say, even your book say that we're not gonna fix the system. Mm-mm. That ain't what you get out and vote for. What for? Who? They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. How long you been voting for these people? How long they been in office? How long they been on the bench? I'm gonna say this one more time. They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. How long you been complaining about the prices? How long you been doing the same thing about it? They call it insane, right? So it's a spell. When you break the spell and you understand what's going on around you, and that, okay, this is what it is I have to subdue. Starting with me, not allowing knowing me, who and what I am. And then when we talking about overcoming, not allowing myself to be subdued by the ways of this world, but for me to subdue it. When you start to see it, start to understand it for what it is. Masculine and feminine energies. That's how we've been ones and zeros, zeros and ones. That's how we got it. Zero is the feminine. The one is the masculine. You can express it in a lot of ways. The system is constructed itself to keep the program in place forever. Yeah, so what we doing about it, man, listen, man. You just gonna have to you gonna have to really get at Medusa if you really want to know. Cause it's at this point, we done had our first meeting and we rolling. So if you interested in like contributing to the project, if you want, what we are talking about is us coming together and owning. This is what we doing. Lay out the blueprint. Us coming together and owning land. Purchasing the land as a group. And building on that land as a group. This is what we're doing. If you want to contribute, you want to be a part of the process, you can reach out to Medusa and she'll let you know how to get in where you fit in. If you scared, go to church. Don't come. But if you got ideas and you got plans and you got resources and you tired of complaining, all right, then let's get these people what belong to them. We're going to come together and get these people what belong to them, and we're going to get back what belong to us. That's all we talking about doing. Yeah. Cause we've been I mean, like, all right, yeah, this a whole bunch of good knowledge. This a whole bunch of good understanding. Our praise be to the Most High. But we looking at a system that we under that's totalitarian. Ain't no more privacy. They done tricked us into buying our own surveillance. And we just gonna sit here and pretend like we're gonna fix it. That we supposed to be trying to fix it. We're gonna money our way out of this. That's what we're gonna do. Mm-mm. We're gonna come together. That's what we're gonna do. And then what we build from there, man, we're gonna take that good game and individually we're gonna go build in our locally where we are from. Cause you know we thinking long term and we thinking generations. It's okay to think like that, right? Let me know. It's all right if it's all right to think like that. It might not be all right for me to think like that. Let me know. The complaints are manufactured by them to keep us complaining. Yeah. We know what the issue is. The issue is this us not being unified, us not being organized. That's our issue. It's not about the religious beliefs. The religious beliefs are used to keep us separated, a tool to divide and conquer. That's it. Yeah, building kingdoms. This is where they start. This is how they start. See, it could, man, it's by the feminine energy that's always at work behind the scenes that keep me in check and keep me in line. But in reality, uh I would build on top of their kingdom with the same audacity and boldness and disregard for their kingdom and their religious beliefs as they had for ours. In all honesty, I don't care what they believe. I don't care what they call right. I really don't care. But for the sake of the people, it's a process, and it's a community, it's a we and it's a us thing. And we got to care about the us and the we more than we care about the I, the son. Because the us and the we is in the subconscious, the lights and the eyes, the sun in the sky. Let me stop and do a touchdown dance for that one. You hear me? Every time I score a touchdown, I'm gonna do a dance. I don't care what you call it. Yeah, man, you understand me? You don't get mad when they playing games and do it. You understand me, man? You not you. But what I'm trying to get people to understand is the message. Because you got a lot of people that sit in front of you in a suit and a tie. They're smiling so nice to you. And hey, man, they milking you dry and been milking you dry for years. But they so meek and they so humble. And they so nice and so courteous. Ain't told you nothing true at all. Nothing at all. Listen, ever. Do you understand what I'm saying? On your TV screen, in a suit and tie and a smile, and told you nothing but lies. This is who you trust. This is who you elect. So yeah, I understand. That's why I say every time I score a touchdown, I'm gonna do a shuffle. Yeah, sure will. So that's what they was talking to get. That's why Jesus was executed. That's why the apostles were hunted down and unalive, and their beliefs and ideologies were adopted by the Roman Empire and turned into what you call the Bible. These revolutionaries, because every empire, world empire that they had, guess who stood up and figured it out and busted down by coming away from it, separating, Exodus, coming out of Egypt, cycles over and over again. Guess who keep waking the people up to come out? Who you see them trying to hunt down and not even let be born. Who you see? To maintain this system. Yeah, we just gonna call it out. It's a satanic system built on satan. It's built on satanic principles by way of Canaanite principles. What it means is they have a scapegoat ideology. They will unalive the innocent. Take what's his, take his flock, and build their city off that flock. Roman Empire took the ideology, took the game, say we're gonna make the official version, unalive the shepherds. Because the shepherd was telling the people to do what? Come out of the empire. Gathering the sheep. Yeah, their whole ideology is based on, this come from Canaan. Their whole ideology is based on that. Sacrifice, basically. They will sacrifice somebody or something, preferably innocent, to advance. This where you get it from. This fire, fire, fire. Somebody send me some fire. They say their God, this God, that you better not think nothing past. Oh, you done thought past God? Oh, he said it's something beyond God. Listen to me, man. This concept that you're doing, that you're trying to define in your vain imagination, any description or definition that you give it, any title or name that you use to define it, in the process of it, in the defining of it, automatically means that there is something beyond that. just because you can imagine it. So when we come into this type of humility, we'll get beyond these names and these titles and understand we're talking about functions and energy that exists outside of what we call matter, mother, nature, that exists outside of physical nature. It functions as father, as far as the life process and how we experience this existence. That's why God spelled backwards is dog, man's best friend. It's spelled backwards, my friend, because of where we are. We are in upside down, backwards world. And the enemy loves to make a mockery of you. So when what we call God is dog spelled backwards, and you know that the angels and the messengers are described as stars. What stars spelled backwards? Rats. He say they got you eating dogs and rats and calling it good. Have you seen what they doing? Unalive bodies and carcasses in their places of worship, and dogs and rats is what they call to. Have you seen them? Oh, when you wake up and realize how deep the deception go. See, they hate you with a passion. You think it's a game. They hate you with a passion. Do you understand me? They want everything that's yours. Listen, they don't ever want you to own nothing. You'll forever be paying rent on that apartment, and you'll forever be paying a car note. You'll forever be paying on it. You will own nothing. You will worship what they tell you to worship, when they tell you to worship, how they tell you to worship. You will get up when they tell you to get up. You will take a lunch break when they tell you to take a lunch break. You will take a vacation when they tell you you can take a vacation. And you better not think outside of that. That's called a slave. They just got a really big plantation. You're dealing with the king now. King James got a big plantation. And this is your indoctrination. How to be the best slave you can be. On the King James plantation. On his work farm. My bad. Might be why it's so hard to get these messages out these last few days. Because, but it's for the few people that's in here. It's for you to get it and walk on it and understand what's happening and why we building what we building. Here you mean. It's a reason why we coming with the energy that we coming with. It's the reason why they're going to work hard to get us to separate and doubt one another and doubt the plan. But we done made it so simple. The Most High done lit it up. And the brilliance of the ones that's coming together is simplifying the process. You just got to leave the fearful and the doubters out. You don't come. If you afraid or you doubtful, don't come. We're not mad at you. You can support in other ways, but the energy that we building with is positive. Yeah, we on a positive vibe with what we building, because it's to see to the needs of the people that are participating in the building. Everybody that's gathering at the table to participate in getting this done have needs that need to be met. What we're doing can see to the needs of the people at the table, and then we'll grow from there. But yeah, I like to get in here and kind of help us get past. I'm not saying that the Bible is evil. I'm not here to judge who or what is evil. The Bible contains the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. And this is plain. But to reveal to you what it is, what the contrast is when we say Satan. What is Satan? What is it? It's a dead body. It's a person that's alive, but they are only aware of their physical self. But remember, the darkness is not called bad. And when the sons of God gathered, Satan was among them. Satan is going to be cast out into outer darkness. What is it? Satan is cast out. The physical body, your physical self, doesn't go into the kingdom. It experiences the kingdom from the outside. But your real self, your conscious mind and your subconscious mind can go into the Holy of Holies. This is the real you. This is the you that is eternal. This will be shed like a snake shed its skin, or like a tree that have different rings in its season. It will be shed because it's not the real you. But a person that is unaware of this can be alive and can be intelligent, but they are considered to be in the dark. All they know is the physical self. And this state of being is called Satan, darkness. But then you got a deeper level, because we come out of darkness. Darkness is not called bad because darkness contains the unknown. What's unknown is neither good or bad. It's just unknown. But there is a level to it. When we knowingly and willingly oppose the inclinations or the inspiration of the internal self in order to please the physical self. This is moving in opposition to the spirit, or in Satan, in adversary. We always talking about the self in different states of being, states of consciousness, states of awareness, and what we suffer and the things that we go through during these different states of awareness. Story of Job being a good example. First of all, the land of Uz, is it? Uz mean contemplation. Job is dreaming. Job is asleep. Job is in deep contemplation. When we enter into deep contemplation is when the sons of God gather to present themselves before the Lord. The Lord is in all capitals, L-O-R-D, and it is the I am, the conscious self, the real true you. And Satan, the physical body in its state of unawareness. Where you been? This is what the Lord is asking Satan. The I am. What's the I am? We speaking objectively now. Who are you? What's the real you? Is it your physical self, or is it this thing that you call your mind that you experiencing everything through? Where is the real you? Where you been? I'm gonna ask it again. Do my little touchdown dance. This state of unawareness of only the physical self. Don't know who and what you are. Ain't no light on. And we in a place of contemplation. That's where we at. That's where the place mean, literally where the story take place. That's the name of the place. It mean contemplation. The contemplation of the one who is persecuted, or the contemplation of the one of whom there is enmity against. This is what Job means in the land of Ur. So in the process of this contemplation, man, if you don't got no lights on, you're not conscious, then where you been? Where you at? Where you been? Couldn't see you. Well, where you been? Where is your physical self? Your physical self manifests in the earth. You are the light of the world. So where you been, Satan? He say, I've been going to and fro in the earth and up and down in it. That's the sun, y'all. The path of the sun, back and forth, up and down. Lucifer means light bringer, by the way. But you got the light that's only conscious in the world, the physical self. And then you got the real light that you can't see, touch, taste, smell, or hear, but you only experience, by which our other lights are lit. Where you been? I've been going back and forth and up and down the path of the sun. What is the sun? Your conscious self, your awareness. Now, what are you aware of? Are you only aware of your physical self, or are you aware of this subconscious thing with the lights in it? And that the lights in it were lit by something. Because if not, if all you are aware of is your physical body and your physical self, then you finna be suffering through a whole lot of things, and trials and tribulations, and you gonna be wondering, why is it something I did? And the people around you gonna be wondering, why is it something I did? But if you understand and you know, then you know that there's this thing called seasons. Everything in existence go through seasons. Everything. The story of Job is very, very deep. But it is talking about the self. All of it. All of these stories are about you. I got my mind on this the next time we come together amongst peers and get to putting these building blocks together for the next move, and taking care of the homework and the assignment that we have. Hope everybody on the mission, and we can come back to the table ready to move on to the next phase. While we doing this right here, just chopping up this game, I like it. I like the crowd when it's like a few people, because some of this stuff ain't for everybody to hear. Some of this stuff ain't for everybody to be exposed to in their current state of mind. But for those that are here, I know that you are here for a reason and that you're getting some understanding from it. And so for that, I'm thankful for your time being up in here. All the people. It's some people that I see that's trying to get on here. Let me let them get in here and talk.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Man, peace, bro. How you been?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. I guess obviously I missed that first meeting, man, but I definitely want to catch the second one.
Man, hey, man, get at Medusa. She organizing and administrating, putting stuff together, keeping everything smooth for us. So man, get at her. And she'll show up, let everybody know how to get in, where they fit in.
Okay, cool. No problem. No problem.
Oh yeah, man. We it's cause hey man, we know what time it is. We see the writings on the wall, as they say. And it's I'm not waiting for anything to fall out of the sky. Not saying that nothing won't. But I'm not gonna just sit here and complain and wait on something fall out the sky. I got Ted Rose up in here. What's up, Ted Rose?
Hey, thank you, brother. Really hit home. You really hit home. What state are you in?
I'm in Texas.
Texas. My
Yeah,
brother just
yeah.
my brother just moved there.
Yes, sir.
At what part?
Dallas, Texas.
All right. What area were you thinking of getting these people together?
Hey, we came together and been meeting. We had the first meeting about it. It's a lady in the comment section named Medusa. She been doing like helping us get organized, and we as far as when we hold a meeting and where we gonna do our thing at. So get with her, and she'll try to get you in a loop or tell you how you can get in where you fit in, cause that's who been putting it together and keeping it, making it smooth as far as us being able to organize.
All right. All right. We'll do that.
For sure. And I appreciate your interest in it, man. We just trying to get past complaining and get to where we can do stuff and build stuff of our own and produce what we need among each other.
Right on.
For sure, bro.
All right. It's good to be amongst others alike.
Yeah, yeah, that's what time it is, man. We through complaining and crying about
All
it.
right. Thank you, brother.
Peace. Just looking in the comments. Uh Anybody got questions or comments? Cause I know I was kind of floating. I came on earlier. I was over at the ranch, right? So it's a cleaning lady in the house. I had never seen the cleaning lady before. I guess I caught him early. And I scared her, y'all. When I was sitting out there, oh man, she said she thought it was over with. I was trying to keep from laughing, but a good thing my phone died when it did, poor lady. Scared to miss out that woman. Oh man.
There was a question in here that's going. I'm trying to find it. I'm going through the comments now. Lady had a question. Wanted you to reiterate on something. Had something to do with mother and father being something. If I could find it. Let me see.
Yeah,
Oh, right
yeah.
there. She said, when you say your parents are signs, can you elaborate on that? That's what she
Oh
asked.
yeah, okay. You're looking at your existence from your birth process before you knew of an alphabet or letters or words. Your existence process came from your father, placed a piece of himself from inside of himself, inside of your mother. N is up. And so is if N is up, then it means the kingdom is within you, and so is the king. But you come from one heaven. We talking about heaven now, where we come from. And inside, place inside of your mother, the second heaven, because you go inside of her. And then you develop from inside of your mother, head first, until you become conscious enough and to move around and understand that you exist, and you just kick it and you kick the water loose, and here you come, head first, into physical reality, into this existence, this third heaven on earth. Because inside of you is also where heaven is, and is up. Your mother and father are represented in you. You represent the two of them, who in turn have a mother and father, who in turn have a mother and father, all the way back. And what this is a sign of to you is your immortality, and how immortality, what it looked like. It looked like regeneration. It's a sign to you. Everything that you learn and understand about your existence come from your mother and your father, from imitating them. The highest form of worship is imitation. In our first lessons, first things we imitate is mama and daddy, who in turn had a mom and daddy, who in turn had a mom and daddy, all the way back to the Most High, mother and father, father and mother, however you want to term it. So yeah, these are what we are talking about when we say read signs. We mean what doesn't take an alphabet, what you can understand by way of observation and experience, like cycles in your life. You look at your Facebook memories, sometimes you'll notice that you was doing the same thing around the same time last year. This speaks to the cyclical nature of existence. But the seasons show us that every season is a different cycle, and they repeat every cycle. That's how we are able to prophecy and predict the future, because understanding that the stars represent the subconscious mind, and that the subconscious mind knows more than the conscious mind does. So it gives you information, just like lights in the sky transmit information by their light. And light that reach your eyes is ancient. By the time it reach your eyes from what's called the stars, it's ancient. Same with the lights in your subconscious mind. These are ancient information and points of awareness and consciousness. Akashic records. Things that you didn't need books to read to understand. But there are those who will try to bind you and limit your existence to the confines of a text or a doctrine, or even limit the concept of the ineffable one, the inexpressible one, to the term called God. But they have defined God. They have described the concept. And so in the definition, it is something above what you can define. Hold on, y'all. And I don't know how to drop you, Ted Rose. I muted you, but I don't know how to drop people, man. So don't think I'm just holding you hostage up here if you ready to, you know what I'm saying, me? Absolutely not. Everyone has a purpose. I'm just reading comics out loud. I don't know who they to. You can't have children. Does that make you less of a human being, or are you just as purposeful? I don't know who or what that's about. Click on the image and hit the X. Okay, appreciate it, bro. I just be jumping on these people apps. I don't know how to work these people stuff, man. But yeah, community building. That's what all this came about when let's see who first stepped out to build a community of their own and like-minded individuals. Abraham. Abraham first did it. Then the Isaac and Jacob, Moses, all the way down to the apostles. All of these people spoke of building their own community. When they did this, when they went about it, they were vilified. And the hardest thing that they had was staying unified. So I'm not pushing no religion on nobody. It could be Muslims, Jews, Christians, atheists. If you understand the concept of what it is we're talking about as far as coming from under this beast system, listen, man. We are in a system right now. You go to work, whatever it is, however much money you work for per hour. You come out of work and the price of food is higher and the price of gas is higher. You just took a pay cut. You just took a pay cut and it didn't matter how hard you worked or didn't work that day. Your dollar just go less and less further. The solution is they say, well, we got to work harder. We got to vote for this person and we got to vote for that person. And this how we're going to fix this system. Meanwhile, we claim to believe in a prophecy that the system is going to fall. Help me make it, help it make sense. Not only is the system going to fall, but they say the system is going to fall by way of supernatural means. So we wait. So we wait. Today is Sunday, so my people praise Jesus today. Because it's the day that was allotted to him to be praised on. Every day of the week is named to venerate a different God, y'all. It's not a game. King James unified all of the empires of the world and their ideologies. He unified them all into a united kingdom. Trying to help you see past this spell that you under, y'all. Man, it's deep. Can you see it though? Do you understand that there is either you participate in it or you get out of it? Do you not see that? If you participate in it, you gotta act right. You don't never tell the truth. You don't never say the truth. You can put it in a simple. You can disguise it, but you don't never just put that out. That's not right. And if you want to advance under their system, you know what you got to do. You got to look the other way, focus on yourself, getting your bag, getting yours, and staying out the way. And you'll be all right. You'll be blessed by the God of this world. You really will. You have money, cars, and clothes. You'll move up in the business. You really will. He say all you got to do is bow down and worship him. He'll give you everything. He'll make it easy for you. All you got to do. Hey man, I'm gonna make your yoke easy. Make it light. All you got to do is accept me as your Lord and Savior in front of everybody. Let them know. And I will make your life easy. You'll move up in the company, because everybody love and praise Jesus. Everything is done in the name of Jesus, ain't it? All the wars, all the slavery. They do it in the name of their God. That's who they worshiping today. That's yeah. And they believe in sacrifice, this concept, this ideology that they got from Cain. So they unalive the ones that come to you and speak of independence and building our own. Guess what happened to them? They get sacrificed. And then the people that was following them get absorbed back into the king, the city, into the empire where King James ruled. That's all that they telling you. They really just been putting it in your face and showing you who's really in control of your world. That's all we doing. Showing you who in control of your world. And we got a lot of cowards. We got a lot of comfortable people that the God of this world has blessed with his dollars. And we have made these people our leaders. Because they got some money. They got how you got to do if you want to be a leader, if you want to get some influence, either have a bunch of money or act like you got a bunch of money, look like you got a bunch of money, and people will listen. Because they want a bunch of money. So you ever be buying and paying for stuff, nothing is yours. Nothing. Even down to your ideas. When you sign to the label, your music ain't yours. Your image ain't yours. Your name ain't yours. You sold it, remember? You was hungry, Esau. You remember, Esau, you sold your birthright because your stomach was growling? You forgot? They didn't. And you keep selling it. So ones that come and say, man, give them back what belong to them, they money don't hold no value, and they know it. And if too many people start saying, hey, man, here your money, we just gonna buy this land, we back to where we was again. Now we got a problem. Because now you can't live in your money, you can't eat your money, and we don't need your money because now you got a problem. So the people that you might see in this comment section, man, is deeper than you might think it is. Because what we talking about is deeper than what it seemed like. When they come with the dissension, and it ain't that we don't know, it's that we trying to help people to see. And the way to do it, the Most High say, is let them expose themselves. He say, don't try to tear us. Don't tear them out. Let them all grow up, and then when you'll know that, yeah, so that's how we operate. Based on these eternal principles. That's how you can keep from having to do. I'm not doing no trip on that level. When we get up and we meet as equals, it's not my show. I'm just like a spokesperson. You feel me? Mouthpiece. Hey, making people aware that may listen to what I got to say about what we got going. When we sit down together, we sit among equals. Yes, sir. Been 5 years of survival here. It's a battle. Yeah, it's said that the dragon is at war with the woman and her offspring. Then it turn around and tell you wisdom is known of her children. So a lot of things have been put into our faces about the reality and the dynamics of this exchange and what we have agreed to and the terms and conditions that apply with what we have agreed to. But we are coming into the awareness that the agreement is null and void. The contract is invalid. Babies can't sign no contracts. I mean, you got took advantage of in your sleep. So what that mean? If you know that the contract is null and void, who you voting for to be your leader? You already got a leader. Who you waiting? Who permission are you waiting on to do for yourself and build your own? What I mean, I'm just saying, don't they want what's theirs? They track that. They track every dollar, don't they? They track them dollars. They keep an eye on them dollars, serial numbers on them dollars, Babylonian magic on the dollars. All right, here your dollar back. Here, give Caesar what belong. Here your money. Here, get it. Sell all your belongings. Matter of fact, all this stuff, this crap, get it. We're gonna go build our own. We're gonna take all the money that we got. What we gonna do is gonna get us some land and we gonna do for the people and ourselves, man. It's simple as that. You just can't be scared. And I ain't talking about running around here in no potato sacks looking crazy neither, cause I know people that know how to make clothes and make shoes, build stuff. No, no. And it ain't got nothing to do with no religion, man. Don't matter of fact, leave us alone with your religion. I don't care. For real. It's the problem. Took me a little TikTok break, man. It been 2 days, man. A little social media break. Sometime, man, I take me little sabbaticals, especially from social media. Time to time, man. I just don't get on it. But you know, I ain't gonna go too long without jumping on here and sharing some of the download. Cause it's been some coming and I've been noticing some that's been tried and thrown in my face. The Most High gave me a revelation. The Most High gave me a revelation, man, for it was people that been hitting me. Hey man, you gotta watch your ego. You gotta watch your ego. You gotta watch you can't be arrogant. You can't seem conceited with the way you present stuff. And the Most High told me, man, if you don't do your dance every time you score a touchdown, boy, if you don't slam dunk that basketball and and express your passion when you do, let them know that the problem is had they had that same attitude with their pastors and with their politicians, you wouldn't have to be sitting here listening to me. Would you rather somebody be arrogant and conceited and egotistical while they tell you the truth? Or would you rather them be meek and humble while they lie to you? Do you not understand how arrogant you have to be to sit in somebody's face and lie to them? how stupid you gotta think the other person is. But they was nice. No, man, every time I scored a ball, man, cause I know you can't get this out no store. I know Most High gave it to me, and it feel good when it come out. And if you got a problem with it, take it up with the one that gave it to me to pour it out this vessel right here. It's to feel good when it come out. You do. You feel me? Nah, for real. It really feel good. So that's what we on with this. Cause it's been people that have come and pointed this out to me, and then I asked, and the answer came. Yeah, man. Boy, score your touchdown and do your dance. Every time, you feel me? Jesus is the true identity of people of spirit and truth. Yeah, that's what the whole purpose of was, to make a whole bunch of Jesuses. Yeah, it was supposed to be a whole bunch of Jesuses just running around. You feel me? But somewhere along the way we lost the message and got caught up on the messenger, and it became not those that have the testimony of Jesus. They tricked you, and the whole people came with a testimony about Jesus, and they tricked the people. It's a big difference between the two. I say it a lot, man. Anybody, a demon could come tell you about Jesus. I mean, like anybody could come tell you about Jesus. It's a difference between being told about Jesus and then having the testimony of Jesus, because they got to do with you and your experience. You can have the testimony of Jesus and never know anything about Jesus. On the other hand, that testimony about Jesus, you might can say it front and back, but never have the testimony of Jesus ever. It's a big difference. But you will know the tree by its fruit, by what it is that was sought to be produced. So when he told the rich man to get rid of all your possessions and come follow me, the rich man went away sad, like, man, because he was caught up in this system. And you can't serve two masters. But what he was telling you is, man, all this stuff that you got, man, how about if we got this land over here, we not only could we make the same stuff, you don't got to pay for it. You just make it. You build it. It's already paid for. Who you gonna buy it from? When I'm talking about really thinking, before we even get to that level though, it's a game that you can play. Cause when you own land, man, you have what they call assets. You own something. The problem is, y'all, let's get practical with the application of the knowledge. If it's telling you to give Caesar back what belonged to him, and you look on what belonged to him, got his face and his name on it, what is it telling you to do? When it say to the apostles, everybody that was like-minded, they came together and they saw to each other's need as it was needed, and people were selling their good, and they were sending Paul around to collect what was needed for the poor congregations. What do you think they were building? Communities. They were building communities, which became a threat to the empire, to the government, because of the way that they constructed their communities. They had sold their possessions and went and got plots of land and places where they was coming together and producing and doing for themselves, y'all. Lots and lots of people. Whoo! Say no, okay, we heard a good sermon. Now let's go feel good about ourselves while we participate in this system. I know that's what we've been doing. But what has that gotten you? Where has it gotten you? Work till you 70, retire. Hopefully the house paid off if you made it to a house. If not, the apartment, assisted living apartment, you might got an insurance policy like this. What we doing? Nothing to leave behind. These people live off their inheritance, man. Your inheritance that they passed on to their children. In exchange for the land, guess what we took? Well, we didn't take it. They forced the money on us. They forced the money on us. We didn't exchange it. They had to fight. They had to fight to make it that way. It wasn't people coming, you know what, man? What we can do is we can set up and do like this. No, that's not how it happened. They came up with a scheme and they had to fight to implement it all the way around the world. And then they had to fight to maintain it. They also had to deceive you and trick you into putting a cap on your thinking. And the cap on your thinking is the 3 letters G-O-D. You don't think past that. It's something, I'm gonna put it like this. Watch the comment section. It's something above God. It's something above God. You got to get past and overcome God. You're gonna have to at some point overcome this cap on your thinking. Now let's look at the comment section. Yeah, Beamer, you can say something. Let me let you in here. Get on in here and talk to the people. Peace, Queen. Peace, peace, and good vibes and high vibration.
Peace. Peace to all. Love, light, and peace. All right. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So what I want to say when you was talking about the rich man and how Jesus told him to, sell everything, because he was telling him, the rich man was saying, well, what else do I need to do? I do all these things that you say do. The word says do. And he was saying, you do all of those things, but I see something that you ain't doing, like go sell everything. Go sell everything you got and follow me. So at that time, he was showing him himself. He was showing him himself. He was the mirror, and he was showing him himself. In your mind, you're not on the right track. You think you're doing all that you're supposed to do. You think you know everything, but you don't. You're on the wrong track. You're trying hard, and that's what's going on today. A lot of people are listening to what the preachers are speaking in the churches, and the preachers don't even know, because they learn through a school. See, what you have to do, you have to have a relationship with the Spirit, and that's the only way you're going to make it through. All of that reading, it confuses you. It confuses the people because it's been tampered with. It's been bothered. It's been put in and taken out. And they all come to one conclusion, and that was, we're going to come together on all religions, and this is the book we're going to go by, and we can control the people with this. They don't want you to have a relationship with Spirit, Source. You see what I'm saying? So basically, they left that in there, and people they're not going to pick up on it. But to me, that means, like, spiritually, you're not ready, though. I'm going to show you. You doing everything that you think is right, but it's not right. You're being led down the wrong path. Come with me, follow me, follow me. So basically, you know, Christ was, by the book, Christ was spirit before he got here. He was spirit before he became flesh, and the word tells you that. So if he was spirit before he became flesh, he's spirit now. Because the flesh can't enter, right, into heaven. So if he was spirit before he got here, he's spirit now. So a lot of people get lost in the Bible, and they meant to confuse the people with the Bible. And there's no one who, until now, that can explain the Bible, the true meaning of the wording in the Bible. The word. So yeah, you have to think about that. Yeah, you see yourself. First of all, you got to look at you. You got to look at yourself and what you see in you. And when you start seeing yourself, you know what I'm saying? You start cleansing yourself and having that relationship with you, because that's what it is, a relationship with you. That's what it is. It's you learning who you are, looking at yourself from inside out. Then you start changing. You become one with spirit. And everything around you, you start seeing all kind of things, and that's where the separation begins, when you start focusing on yourself. When you start seeing that light in you and not everybody outside of you or around you, the things around you. Because I'm telling you, today I look at everything different. Everything looks different. The trees, the sky, the grass, everything I'm separated from. I can see now. I can see once you separate yourself from this world, you can see a lot going on, and you have understanding of a lot of stuff. Maybe not everything, because you haven't reached that point. But once you separate yourself from the worldly things, everything. And when he said, give to Caesar what belongs to him and give to God what belongs to him, that's giving Caesar back everything. That's everything.
Come out the system. That's what he tell them. Come out this. You got to get out of that system.
You got to get out of that system, because he gave us the means to do and have what we need here on earth.
Because the system that we live in now, we are enslaved by, and we are dependent upon.
Yes.
And it is a state of existence that causes us to be in servitude.
Yes.
But we are told to subdue and rule. We are not told to be in positions of servitude, but in the system that we are in, we must be in order to survive.
And that's why the road is narrow. A lot of people will not find it. A lot of people will not find that narrow path.
It's for kings and queens.
Yes.
It's for royalties. It's for city builders. It's for community builders. It's for village builders. Those that build the foundation for what later become cultures and nations and city states. It's for those that have this consciousness and awareness to begin the process.
Right.
We
Because
build.
a lot of
Go
people,
ahead.
they're not on. They're not on that level of consciousness. We are yet still climbing. You know what I'm saying? We are climbing, though. As we climbed, our consciousness becomes higher and higher as we climb. So yeah, we can't push down the people that are not on that conscious, because one day they'll get there. You know what I'm saying? They'll get there.
Let's say.
So we keep climbing, and while we're climbing, we're looking down to pull up. Because I'm going to tell you, this system is gone. You feel me? It's over. Even for a lot of the doctors, because of the knowledge that's out here for natural meds. All of that's gone. They can't tell you anything because they've been studying what they've been taught in school. But now we have these natural meds that we're learning about that's healing the body and not damaging the body. There are no side effects. You feel me? It's over for a lot of this. It's over. And you
We
can just
learning how to process our own food. We making
yes,
meat out of mushrooms and
yes,
walnuts. We learning how to grow our own food. We
yes.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we starting to come into our royal lineage and express it
The
in the
way
way that we live and
that's
what we put down.
the way it used to be. Hey, the way
Yeah,
it used
that's
to
what I
be.
was thinking, Queen. Listen, we come from the things that we implemented, we done for generations. It
Mm-hmm.
was passed on the lineage. We had lineage of griots, lineage of star watchers that was passed on, lineage of herbalists, and this was passed on. This what was broken up and separated.
Yes,
That's why they broke us up and separated us and carved up and renamed because of the trying to scatter the lights,
yes.
the knowledge. They was trying to scatter it. Because
But
we
earth
had all the
mm,
knowledge concentrated, all this understanding concentrated and trading amongst each other and building empires off of it. They got it and tried to scatter it and hide it from us.
yes. Yes,
What
we
they
are
got from
entering.
us.
We're entering into the new earth. And everything old must pass away. Everything.
Everything. All
Everything.
of it.
Yes.
It
Everything
don't
must
come
pass
into
away.
the new age. It's a new age, yes, ma'am.
And all those spirits that were here and they have lost their lives, they'll be reborn. They'll be reborn. And they will have a chance to experience purity
All praise to the
and
most high.
love.
All praise to the most high.
Yes. Yes, I feel that in my spirit. I do. I connect with that. And I believe it. So yeah, we right now are entering. There are things that's coming. Don't get me wrong. And you should not fear because we know who we are and what we are. You understand what I'm saying? So you shouldn't fear.
Yes.
You shouldn't fear. But there are things coming. There are things coming. But after that, my goodness, wow. Wow, what a
See,
place and a time. My goodness. We're
let's
going to
let's put it
experience
like
freedom.
this.
Hmm.
Let's put it like this. What's before us with this system
Yes.
and the way, the natural way, the way of grace and truth is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil and the tree of life. The
Hmm.
system is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and people producing and building for their own is the tree of life because it's done in the wilderness. You got to get you a plot
Yes.
of land somewhere and start building on it.
Yes.
And in the wilderness, when you farming or whatever you producing, it's by the grace of the Most High.
Hmm.
Because He gonna lead you to a good land where you can build on it, and the goodness of the land is by grace.
And
And
I'm gonna tell you one
everything
more
that the
thing.
land, yeah, it's but the tree of life don't look appealing. Don't come with amenities built in. It ain't flashy. You may not seem wise if you go that route. You go the city route, you go the system route, you'll seem wise. And it was Eden to seem wise. It was the purpose. I want to seem like I got some sense. I don't want to look stupid out here. Out here running around in the wilderness looking crazy. So we eat from the other tree. And the tree of knowledge and good and evil come with stipulations and conditions if you don't get it right. I ain't mean to cut you out, Queen. You just had me going when you said that's what's before us every time. The tree of life don't never look flashy or appealing or comfortable. And it must be accepted by grace. It don't have nothing to do with what we know. The tree of life is accepted in humility and grace, understanding that God is the good and the reason for the goodness. The other way is based on our knowledge or our wisdom or our whatever. Our sacrifice, our belief. But it feels best for your body, mind, and soul. I say. Yeah. I like when Beamer get on here and speak, man. She be turned up. Cause it's a lot of religifying going on today up and down on this TikTok app. I ain't really looked at it today. But I'm pretty sure it's a lot of it going on because it's Jesus Day. And a lot of my people are in one form or another worshiping Jesus today. The etymology of the word queen means harlot. Man, I didn't know that. Educate us. I did not know that. The etymology of the word queen means harlot. Didn't know that. Israelite women aren't called queens, they're called princess. Let's put it like this. When we go into because I like to go into the etymology of things myself. And what I always come to is the meaning, right? Understanding the meaning, like you broke down that the meaning of queen, the etymology is harlot. We speak from meaning. When we say queen, when we say king, we are talking function. First and foremost, we talk function. What women represent in their physical body represents a function of producing and bearing fruit, like the queen ant in the ant hill, the one that carries the seed and produces new life. She is called queen because of her function. A harlot, the function of a harlot is not that of a queen. What we know, or let's say royalty. But when it comes to names, what I just said, I want you to hear this, you especially, because I was speaking of our vain imaginations. When we talk about what it is we are trying to define when we say the word God or the powers or the mighty ones, it is beyond description. It's beyond words or expression. It can only be experience. And the closest we can get in the experience is to know I am. With this understood. And the powers that we are experiencing, any definition, word, or name that we put or attempt to put on it is below it. It's below the concept, like the word God, for instance. Because the word God has a definition, it can be defined, it can be expressed. It's even described as a consuming fire. If it can be seen and described, you know that there is something that cannot be seen above it. The attempts to confine the concept in letters, in titles, and names only conveys ignorance of the concept. Whatever name, whatever title that you want to put on the source of the powers or the manifestation of it, if you seek to confine it in alphabets and letters, you only express your ignorance of the concept. Even if you know the etymology of the words, if you seek to confine it within that term. I'm giving you one chance to chill. He get it. I think he understand what I just said, and what I just said can be experienced objectively. If you have experienced what you call God or the source on an intimate level, then what you experience cannot be described or defined. It is beyond expression. And when we understand that, we are humbled by it. And when we are humbled enough by it, we no longer seek to confine that experience in letters and titles. We can define it to our best of our ability, but we cannot confine it to that, as if to say this is the right way to express it and this is the wrong way to express it. That just shows our ignorance. In the sense that the unknown, the unknowable, what cannot be known is right before your face. I don't care how much you know. You'll never know what it's like to be me. You'll never be me. You'll never have that experience. And that's how we know, by experience. You'll never know what it's like to be me. I represent the unknown to you. That's why they call us black. Aren't we all one in the body? You are the culmination of every ancestor you have ever had and every descendant you will ever have. Everybody is in here, in you right now. So what do they say? Because we learn objectively by what applies and what we know from the self. What are you talking about? Who have I disrespected? Yes, and it's some people in the comment section that been rocking with me that probably know and understand some of the topics that we on. And a lot of religious people sometimes get into the comment section with a vibration and a frequency that's very negative or judgmental, or just, and it's a distraction sometimes. And so when they be getting at you, you may, I don't know what it is that you came across with, but we really try to make this a space of learning, listening to understand whether or not you agree. And even if you don't agree, that you keep your condemnation to yourself when we talk about right or wrong, because it's a relative term. So if you come in here with that vibe or that frequency, they're going to check it. They're going to tell you, hey, man, that type of vibe ain't welcome here. We not in here looking to condemn or be condemned. If that's what you want, then, you know what I'm saying, just go ahead and keep scrolling. Because we don't want to argue about your religious beliefs or whether or not I'm wrong or we right. That's not what we on. But it happens. Sometimes people hear some stuff and they get triggered. And often I issue a trigger warning to religious people. I may say some stuff that'll trigger you if you are a religious person. I also let it be known that I'm not trying to be right according to anybody's doctrines or beliefs. I always let that be known for that reason. But I know still people gonna come in at any point and take offense when I say, hey man, y'all, it's Jesus' day. And this is the day that you were given and told that you are to worship Jesus on. Because King James says so. Because the Roman Empire says so. Because they say it came from God, G-O-D. If you don't think past God, you better not think past God, because there's a cap on your thinking. 3 letters. Your vain imagination. We have the audacity to think that we can come up with a term. We, in our audacity, thought that we could come up with a term, define that term, and then say that there is nothing above it. It only spoke to our ignorance. That's it. That's all of that speak to. They just let you know you have no clue of the concept of what you talking about if you say you got this thing called God that you fall out and poop behind and that ain't nothing higher. But just for the fact that you can think of it and call it, baby, that express that there is an unseen or something above it. And then if you can think and express that, it's going to mean there's something above and unseen above that. Till you humble yourself. But in the meantime, the word of God. This is the word of God right here. Okay. Not disputing it. Not at all. Don't get scared on me now. They came in too hot and did not cool down. I know Nikki gonna kick them out if they come in tripping. I already know. Nikki is waiting. So if you come in here and want to condemn everybody, just know Nikki is probably gonna mute you. Because we not condemning you. That's why Christianity is going through what it's going through now. Because they came in condemning everybody, destroying everybody's knowledge, doing it by force, forcing their righteousness. This is right because we said it's right on the world. Then after they did that, they lied about it and hid their hand. We didn't do that. We not responsible for that. We didn't do them people like that over there. Them people wasn't Christians when they did that. They wasn't real Christians. Well, what is a real Christian? My people been deceived. You got 40,000 different denominations of Christianity. Which one is the real one? Even Christians don't agree. Some Christians say you got to be baptized in water. Some Christians say all you have to do is accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior. Some Christians say you got to be Christian at birth. Some Christians say Jesus is God. Some Christians say Jesus is the Son of God. Some Christians say Jesus is a prophet. All of them got their book from the Roman Empire, though. Each and every, all 40,000 of them use the same book. That's what they have in common. That's why they're said to come from it. Come from Rome. Your entire religion is the product of a government. You get in these people comment section based on your government or ordained documents. Based on your government ordained documents, your God, and try to scare people. Belittle people. Present yourselves to people as if you were right and we were wrong. You know it all. We don't know nothing. All based on your government ordained documentation, your God. And we tired of it. The whole vibe, that whole frequency is so draining. It's draining. This system that's been created under it just drain you. It just wear you out. None of the job that you do under the system are hard. It's the people that you have to deal with. It just poke at you. It just drain you. It was designed to keep us divided. Exactly. You can feel the energy when they come in, like that energy, that judgmental, I gotta get it right, or is the anxiety, like you live under constant anxiety. If I don't get this right, I'm gonna be punt. I didn't say this right. Excuse me, I didn't. It's like a slave, like a slave. So the opposition that you see, it's not necessarily opposition to me. They would oppose anybody that come and talk about what's being said here. For any way they brought it, any way they did it, it wouldn't matter. If they talking about this, they're gonna be against it. They're gonna find a way. You gotta understand what's happening. Religion and politics is what got us caught up under this system, and the participation in their politics and participating in their religion is how we've been enslaved. Now I'm aware of it. A lot of people are definitely more worried about being right. Yeah, like, you know, like we're gonna make that call. That's why we fight so many wars. And there's so much conflict, because everybody is right. Based on they religious beliefs. God gave me this land and told me to come over here and unalive everybody on it and move in in the name of God. And then they say, well, our God told us that our God gave us this land and over here, and so here it go. God, you're gonna have to overcome God at some point. I don't know when you're gonna do it, but Israel mean he who struggled with the mighty one. Elohim, which mean God, where El is like the singular form. So Israel, he who struggles with God. Sooner or later you'll put it together. But in the meantime, we can talk about what we can do instead of complaining about Canaan's system and their Babylonian money magic. And what we can do is keep working with each other. Meet when we say we gonna, like, you know how you show up at that plantation for that money? You gonna miss the meeting, but you ain't miss that money, did you? You ain't show up to the meeting, but you showed up on that job and clocked in. So you got to take what we build as serious as you take their system. Just like you show up to get their dollars, show up to participate in what we building. And we will know you by what you do. Because the harvest is plenty, but the workers is few. Because, we move for money. We really don't move for each other and ourselves. Man, if it ain't no money involved, we don't feel like doing it. But you're going to do it even if you don't feel like it when they tell you be at their plantation at a certain time, won't you? So it's a difference between knowing and getting this understanding and those that's willing to apply. But those that apply are called wise. It's the wise. Wisdom is applied knowledge. So yeah, if you feel some type of way, you should. If you knew about it and you didn't show up, but you show up to everything else. But when we talking about us coming to do for us and putting plans together for us by us, and you don't show up for that, all right, we hear what you're saying. Hey man, we all got lives to lead. Everybody going through stuff. We all in this system, in the belly of the beast at the same time. And we got a plan we done put out there, and we say we gonna move on the plan. All right. The same people you work for, guess what you doing? Moving on the plan they laid out for you to move on. But their plan is in fruition. You can eat off their plan already. Ours, we got to build and then eat off what we build. So we're gonna separate the royal lineage from the royal lineage are the city planners, the city builders, community planners, community builders. If you have to have somebody tell you what to do, that's fine. We got a lot of stuff to do. If you're willing to do it for us, just like with the same enthusiasm and the same gung-ho gumption that you do for them dollars. If we do it with that same intensity, man, we gonna move mountains. But if you half-ass it, well, really, the way this thing is gonna go, you're not gonna really be able to half-ass it. You may think you can, but you really won't be able to, because we gonna be moving and busy and doing stuff, and it's just gonna either you did it or you didn't. And whatever that didn't get done, okay, this is what we need to get done. But we not stopping and crying, why you didn't do it? We will wait. What needed to be done? Okay, so this is what we gonna do. This how we gonna, and we just gonna do what needs to be done. That's how we rocking. Because we meeting as equals. The gathering, the wedding feast is, the royals are coming together. The gathering. The harvest is plenty. The workers are few. That's all it is. And we let the Most High discern. The Most High taught me, man, if I pick, let's say the 12, and I'm just speaking like when we build companies, relationships, I might pick 11 Judases and one real one. But if the Most High pick it, it's gonna be 11 real ones and one Judas, and the Judas gonna be there to keep me reminded. Cause I'm talking about, man, listen, man, yeah. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Actions speak louder than words. You hear me? And it was simple and plain because of the people that was there and the preparation that had been made and went into it. It went smooth. Progress was made. And we was able to move on to the next phase. Simple as that. How I be sitting here long and talking, man, we don't do all that. We grown and we builders and we know what we trying to do and willing to do. No, this ain't what nah. So really look and examine yourself before you come to the table to commune. Really look and examine yourself what you coming to the table for, because we here for the people. To see to the needs of the people. To see to the needs of the people that's tired of being in this system and want to find a way out. This is what we're here to do, for they can have somewhere to go. So we can have a way out. So we can have somewhere to go. This is what we're gonna build. Yeah. And we gon' I like Lavelle Crawford, but some comedian, I want to get us somebody to come entertain us. We want to have a good time and enjoy ourselves. We want to make clothes. We want to grow food. We want to, whatever it is we do. We want to own land. We want to put some horses on the land, animals. It don't matter. Hey, man, we growing hay. Man, we couldn't grow a bunch of crops this season. Well, we just going to grow some hay, bale of hay, and off that. That's what we going to do. And while we over there with the hay, man, let's put some solar panels over here, man. We got our own energy. We can produce energy. Don't let us find no water reservoir up under here somewhere. Okay, now we just got to put the building, because we don't got to ask nobody for no water or no electricity. We thinking like that. Instead of voting on the politician that we've been voting on for the last 50 years to come do something different. 50 years in politics. You got politicians been in office 50 and want you to vote for them some more. Fall asleep on stage. It's elder abuse. They should have been let them retire. But they so greedy and they want to hold on. They got this magical spell that they know is in play right now. They know that magical spell still work, but it's really elder abuse. I'm serious. They ought to be ashamed of themselves making that man go campaign. And he, you know what I'm saying? It's wrong. I wouldn't let you do my grandfather like that. Wish I would. He's not campaigning for nothing. Leave him alone. Find somebody else to do your dirty work. He's not doing it no more. He gave you enough. Man old as hell. And they really think people are serious. It's people actually debating up and down on this app about voting for this guy, man. Participating in the process still. So I be like, we're not going to call them NPCs, but we're going to say that they are unaware of the deception. You don't have no choices. You think those are your you really think those are your choices? You think you picking somebody? Really? It's a big game, man. They be sitting back laughing at us, man. When we play this game with them, they be laughing at us. Like, I can't believe they still falling for this shit. I can't believe it. And we do. We still fall for it. In Jesus' name. You hear me? We still do. So yeah, man, I just want to drop that another one. Break looking at the spells and just reminding y'all that the Jesus and these apostles in these stories were revolutionaries. That's why they hunted them down. It wasn't because of their religious beliefs. That wasn't what made them a threat. It was because of what we talking about doing now. And it was a whole lot of people joining in. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's been very hard recently to get these messages out and do these live stuff coming up, stuff happening. Medusa say she went through some stuff happening with the first meeting. It was so it's energy at play. Energy, what you call magic, spells, it's real. And it's all manipulated or governed by energy, universal laws. You do not have to accept everything that's put out or put at you. You don't have to accept any energy and all energy that's sent your way. It's not necessarily for you, it's at you. And if you accept it, you accept everything that comes with that energy. They wrap their energy that they coming at you with in what you call being nice. But that is they wrapping something up in that niceness. They keeping you from something. Wake up, because we ain't doing that no more. Yeah, nah, we not doing none of the division, divide and conquer. They trying so hard, y'all. Be aware. Yeah, it's been some opposition. They send a lot of energy at you. It's a lot of ways. If they can't discredit you, if they can't vilify you, they can't get you to break up from within. They got other means and other tactics that they use. So we just have to be careful of what we entertain and what we accept just because it's nice. What I'm saying, why am I saying this? Your preachers and your politicians are the nicest people you're going to ever meet. All right? Who deceiving you? Who been deceiving you year after year, generation after generation? Preachers and politicians. The nicest people you will ever meet. I'm not nice at all. I'm kind though. I'm working on being a little bit more tolerant. Like Beamer said, not to look. It's not I look down on ignorant. I look down on you coming for me in your ignorance. Like you gonna be all right. We have to tolerate your ignorance. Not only tolerate it, shepherd you in your ignorance. I can't take advantage of you. And in the process, you'll get come for. They'll come for you. Like somebody that's like, and you have to be patient because you understand the reason that they coming for you is to show you, okay, it's a level of consciousness, a level of awareness they not at yet. It's a level of consciousness, it's a level of awareness I haven't expressed to them yet. Because if they can see, then they'll know, and once they know, the behavior will be corrected. There are a difference from partaking and not allowing something. Look at a couple comments. God, y'all. It's just a word. Hey, did you experience that? Is that what you experienced? Or did you experience something you can't express? I'm just asking. You know how people say, I saw Jesus. How you saw Jesus and you ain't never saw him? How you know that was Jesus? Did you see something like the image that they draw? Because that was a model that they used. You saw that guy? That means that you saw that was in your mind. How can you say that was Jesus you saw and you never saw Jesus? How can you say who it was? Then you learn that the image that they used was a model, and that's who people saying that they saw. Who was that? And who put that image in your mind? Who put it there for you to imagine it? Some people say, well, I experienced miracles. I called on this name. I called on that name. And the question is it the name that you called on? Or was it your belief? What is it that had the effectiveness? Was it the name that you call on? Because I experienced what you call supernatural events. I didn't call on no name. Other people experienced them and they called on the name and they was going through something and the situation improved or they got better, they was freed or they can see. But I'm asking, was it the consonants and vowels that was responded to? Or was it your belief? That's the question. I can't just stand by and watch a wolf have a sheep for lunch, not putting anyone in any category. Yes, that's religion. But it happened often. It happened often. We just sit there and watch how people be taken advantage of because they get triggered emotionally, incited by fear, and caught up. But it's not the people. It's not the people in the congregation. It's the preachers and the political leaders that's leading the people down this path. And I mean, like, taking advantage. Yeah, it's gonna be people in your flock that sleep. It's gonna be people that's attracted to you that's gonna be in a sleep state, and they're gonna probably be in a sleep state. But they still, for some reason, gonna be attracted to you. You are a shepherd for them. You're not to take advantage of them. Yes, you are to benefit from them. Of course, they are there to contribute. He told Peter, go fish and get the money out the fish mouth. I don't got no money. But somebody that I'm going to be able to touch and reach that's going to bite on what I'm saying, they got the money. They going to support and contribute. We just going to show them where to direct it. We going to use the money for the people, not our pockets. I'm going to get this. This going to be mine right here for me. And we're not doing it no more. If you're a good shepherd, if you're a good pastor, then you're going to make sure you're meeting the needs of the people around you. Your house ain't going to be big and they in no apartment. Your church ain't going to be big and they sleeping on other people's couch. That's not what we going to do. We're not doing that no more. I don't care how good you preach. I don't care how much you know that Bible. We not doing that no more. We going to own the land. We going to own the building. We going to own what's produced on the land. It's going to be ours. And you're supposed to be directing the people to do that. If you're a shepherd, for real, not directing them to send your kids to college. Fuck on the women in the congregation. No, that's why we build communities. It's a difference between building a community. A community, man, listen. Communities have all kind of different religions in them. But the needs of the community are the priority, and that's what's going to be met. That's what make it a community. It's different from you got to believe this and you got to have this name. Man, listen, man. Listen. Whatever name you want to call yourself, man. Great. But you're not finna make us call ourselves nothing. That part. No, you're not finna do it, man. We not doing that today. Don't come to me talking about I need to vote for this politician or that politician. We saying we through with this system, and we are creating a new way, laying a new foundation, and we got to be the first ones to lay it. Then so be it. But one got to be laid. Why not us? Cause this right here, I'm through going to work. And every day I go to work, what you paying me in, depreciating value while I work for it. And then you going to send all the tax money to fight wars overseas based on somebody's religious take on the book that they believe. No. Mm-mm. No. Here your money. Here your book. We're going to take this land, this property over here. And please leave us alone. Thank you very much. Come over here. If you ain't coming to participate and build with us, you can come shop. What we have is going to be for to meet the needs of the community, but we're going to produce a surplus. The surplus is going to be to meet the needs of the people around us. Because we are meeting the needs of the people around us, they're going to invest in us to keep it going, because we're going to set it up that way so that they can, so that we can continue to meet the needs of the people, whether it's by them coming and providing labor or contributing resources. Yeah, we it's plenty of us in here that they got plenty of sense and know how to put some stuff together, Jack. Here you mean. Been putting it together and making it work with nothing for years. Here you talking about with nothing. Let us get a hold of some people that's willing to put their energy and effort into something, and a few resources we can come together. What we can do with that. I'm talking about no phone. Phone ain't even on. No internet. You can do a lot with a little. You put your mind to it. That's what I'm saying. So when we say we holding these meetings and we done sent these invites, just understand that it's somebody behind the scene laying out an itinerary, doing the research, making sure we stay on topic. They put time, energy, and effort into it beforehand. On top of whatever they had going in between that time. Because we talking about we take it serious and we for real about it and we stand on business and all that old good stuff, right? And these were our ideas. These ain't my ideas. These were our ideas. So we coming together on our ideas. Just like we come together on their ideas. Same enthusiasm, y'all. Same energy. Same effort. That rain, sleet, or snow attitude. You showed up to the job, didn't you? Yeah, man, we looking for that type of when we build what we want to build, because we said we wanted to build it. This ain't what Corey trying to get built. Hell, I don't got no money. I got to scrape and figure out any type of way I can to contribute and come together to get these people what come back to them. Sell whatever I can sell off. A few things I can get rid of, make stuff happen. It don't matter to me. Get them their money back. If you're not gonna get them their money back and you're not gonna get them their book back, their religion, you're not gonna come out from under their subjugation. You're gonna forever have to complain about the ways that you don't have no health care and you can't go to the doctor, and these same politicians, but the streets is run down and the kids don't know nothing at school and the price of everything going up, but the minimum, yeah, man. I don't want to sit around and complain with you no more. I don't want to sit around and complain with nobody about nothing no more, man. To the point where if I ain't talking building and plotting and planning, I ain't got nothing to say. Because you're dealing with a system with people that's working together to maintain a system, to keep you ignorant and keep you separated. And they always at work and they always together at it. 24/7. While you playing, they plotting. While you playing, they are currently revising and making a new revised edition of the revised edition for the new generation. Here you talking about. And we can't get past dick and pussy stuff. We stuck on who doing what with what genitalia. In last place, it's a gospel, Baptist, Methodist, Lutheran, Pentecostal church on every corner in my neighborhood. I can count 10 churches in a 2-mile radius. This is the poorest part. Because, yeah, it's a lot of homeless people around where I'm at. We do what we can. And it pissed me off every time I am. Not that I'm doing it. I don't mind. I ain't tripping. I wasn't finna do nothing but give me some ganja with it or something. It ain't much. But I'm like, all these churches on all these corners. Why am I buying these people food? I thank the Most High that they come to me and ask me. But I'm like, why are all these churches here? Is it necessary for our people to be standing outside in the cold, begging? All this space, all this empty, just while people sleep outside. And if you try to house them, you're going to jail. Because you know that 5013C status comes with stipulations and stuff you can't do, right? Like house homeless people. But these are the people that say they follow somebody they say named Jesus. They say, I don't know how they claim to be a follower of that, It look like they just participate in this system and they just look for ways to justify and pacify themselves as they continue to participate in the system they know to be satanic and just too afraid to resist. You know the system is satanic and backwards, you're just too scared to resist it. And the book say the cowardly can't go. If you scared of them, you can't come. Listen, my people, my melanated people, if you scared of your oppressors, don't come. Go be scared over there. If you come here, then at least be willing to face your fears. At least be willing to face them. But if you scared of them people, because you know the government ordained document said that you got to have this and you got to do it like this, because if you don't do it like this, if you on that note, man, say, man, no roadblocks. Cause they be preparing them. Man, listen, see, we not looking for we not looking for none of that. God is great. I fear nothing but the Most High. That part. Thank you. That part. Look at the Most High working. That part. The fearlessness of it. If you are a awakened, enlightened one, Christ consciousness, whatever, it also come with fearlessness. In the fearlessness, people sometimes take offense to. Like, what nerve? Who do you think you are to not be afraid of what we all afraid of? Is people take offense at that fearlessness, but it's evidence of the spirit in you. I'm just going, y'all. I'm finna get up off here. It's been a minute, few days. Fearless, it's an attribute of the spirit, though. Fear is an attribute of darkness. Ignorance. I accept that it's things I don't know. It's stuff I don't know how to do. I accept all of that. It's not gonna stop me, though. It's nothing I can't know. If I can't figure out how to do it, I can figure out how to get somebody else to do it or make it beneficial for them to do it, pay them to do it, however it go. Some are okay with things how they are. Yeah, and we're not tripping with them being okay with things how they are. What we're gonna do is what we build is gonna be better than how things are. And once we get it built and they can see that it is, and they experience that it's better, they're gonna bring their resources and their expertise and their energy into it because it's better. But we got to build something and have something for them to bring it into. Get on this level of thinking. That way we won't be looking at them, shaking our head at them. We'll be getting to work, building somewhere better for them to come to. Because all they doing is sleep. That's all. They just sleep. They all right. We just tell them, come sleep over here. It's better over here. You rest better over here. They're going to take advantage of you, make you anxious, and then put you up under all kind of pressure and threaten and fear. We ain't finna go through. Also, I'm 6'3", big body. I make them fear me and my wife. You got big bodies in the building, soldiers, because we going to protect what's ours, and we not going to hesitate to do so, because we not building no religion. We building a community. And our community consists of all different religious beliefs and backgrounds and different types of people that deserve the same respect as each and everybody else that's a part of it. Because I don't have a problem with Christians or Muslims or Jews. I'm talking about your pastors and your religious leaders. The one that hid the knowledge of the book from you. People good. We ain't mad at the people at all. We want something better for the people. And me, man, when you see me go to shaking my head and I go to feeling myself, it's just because I said something that was profound and it felt good to be able to be the vessel to say it. And so I celebrate a little bit. When it came out, don't hold it against me too much. I don't mean no harm. I really don't. I love y'all. I wouldn't sit here and take the time. It's a labor of love. I do this out of love for my people. Don't want to see my people afraid anymore. My people bound to this book and then don't even have an understanding of what's in the book. You just bound to it out of fear with no understanding. Let's at least give you some understanding of the book and remove the condemnation from it. Because that's what they trapped you in. They trapped you in a spell. They have to pay. They scattered the sheep. They are. Their ignorance. You remember when we were saying the people that try to contain these concepts to certain names and titles only display their ignorance. A lot of these religious and their religious beliefs only display their ignorance. That way the justice is poetic and they can be a witness to themselves. We're not disputing with you that this is what you believe. What we're making you aware of is that your belief is evidence of your ignorance. That's why I said that's why we had to stop. The ladies helped me understand you can't keep arguing with these people or debating with these people, because from their level of understanding, they not gonna hear what you saying no way. In an argument type of setting, in a debate setting, but if you come in a deconstruction setting and you break down the story and you give a lesson, like click on then, like, oh, you know what, I do see it. They do make sense. Yeah. And the people that would have been debating come into some understanding if it's presented in a different energy, a different light, from a different angle. But I needed the feminine energy to angle my light. And if the light is angled right, it'll produce a fire. I think most are in darkness, but I do think there are those that do know the truth. Yeah, it's a lot of people that know the truth, a bunch of them, and they use it for their advantage. They take advantage of the sheep. They take advantage of the people that sleep for fame, for fortune. They hide this information, this piece of information from the people. They use it to benefit themselves. Or you can use the light, angle it right, and light a bunch of fires and empower the people. What do you think about the Kundalini spirit? That's what's talking about in Job. The sons of God that gathered to meet on a certain day. These is two of them. Let me show you. The twins. Let me show you the twins. You seen the twins. You see the twins all the time. You probably see the twins every day. So here go the twins. You know I can't draw. The staff and the two serpents going from the bottom up to the crown. At the crown is where the sons gather, the sons of God gather, Satan being among them, and present themselves to the Lord, the I am, the consciousness. This is a process of bringing things from your subconscious mind into your conscious mind, which is achieved by bringing your body under control, subjecting your body. Like you can feel, some days you'll call it being horny. Damn, I'm horny. You can feel his heat. You can feel it. You can get off or you can let it go up. You can let it travel up. It's a set period. I think it's what, like, don't get me saying 3 days. It's different circulatory systems that everything move and circulate within a certain period over so many hours. It go up. Because this seed energy in a man is fertilizer. It's gonna fertilize something. And it's go on back up. It's symbolic of these lights in you, your higher self, your lower self, your conscious, your different states of awareness. The state of the consciousness of the body and consciousness of the spirit. These consciousness go up to the crown, to the third eye, and present themselves to the I am. The king, the kingdom is within you. So is the king. You call yourself I am. So this is where they meet. This is where they gather. But that's what they call the Kundalini, this energy, this light, these waves, because energy travel in waves. The two consciousness in you. The consciousness of the physical self and the subconsciousness of the light body, the I am. They ascend and descend. There's a process of ascension, and there's also a process of descending. And they ascend and descend with a purpose, for a purpose. Because I felt it as good and bad and was confused. Your different levels of consciousness. One level is not called good or bad. The other is called good. The one that's not called good or bad is just the ego. You have a mental self that you attach to your body. We have a mental self that we attach to our body that's just based on our bodies. This is like the ego self. And we got the real self that's independent of our bodies. It's the light body. This the I am. That's the good side. One is the dark side. The other is the light side. Male, female, however you want to put them. It don't matter. I'm just going, y'all. I ain't really talking about nothing on topic no more. As far as breaking the spells, I am still on it. Just helping my people understand these 3 letters. When you say God, know that just because you said it is something above it. If you don't get nothing else out of this whole lie, when it comes to the concept of God, just because you can say it and define it, know that it means there is something above it. Yeah, he say, yeah, follow me and we gonna heaven. Heaven is a state of mind. It is the mind. But heaven is good when the lights are on, when the lights are in it. It is a state, it's internal. Once you start meditating and you go in and you have these experiences and you come into knowing, understanding, enlightenment, A meditative state is, you don't have to necessarily like sit Indian style and burn incense or chant. It's a muscle. It's a state that you can enter in at any point. You can speak from your conscious self, from your ego, or you can speak from your subconscious self. You can tap in and let it go. It's nothing you have to practice. It's a state that you can enter at will. And so when you do that, you get past the ceremony and the ritual. After so much practice, you can enter that state at will. It ain't, you have to be sitting like this and you got to make this sound and you got to burn this. It goes beyond all of that. But it take practice to get there. I have lots and lots of deja vus and dream. And so think about this deja vu on this brand new day that ain't nobody seen, touched, taste, smelt, or experienced before. Yet we experience deja vu in the day. Then we understand about that the light is called day, and it's always the same light. It's just at different angles. Then we understand our existence and how we exist going to and fro, parallel, across dimensions, and up and down. We get older, we age as we exist. It's eternal. Somebody might have caught that. There was a cross. Take up your cross. I have, yeah. So when we understand these parallels, they're infinite parallels, infinite angles, we got a light, singular light that manifests at different angles, then we understand it's the same day. The present. The day didn't change. The angle changed. If you angle the light right, you get a fire. Yeah, I'm saying, so when we these lives that we live is going to sleep and waking up. You may not necessarily wake up where you left from, but you going parallel to and fro, and up and down. It's cool, man, when you start looking at it. It's humbling too. When we understand that we don't have anything to fear of this concept of death and eternal punishment, but the state of mind is very important because this is where we're going to experience the life that we live. It's all about the condition and the state of the mind, what we experience. And if you got a lot of fear and anxiety placed into our mind, then what we're going to experience is the things that's based on fear and anxiety, slavery and poverty. All praise to the Most High. Me get on up off of here, y'all. It's been a good one. Chopping it up about that time. Bun me a corner, find me something to get into with myself. Peace and love, good vibration to everybody that can hear me. Good health to your family, to your loved ones. Thank you for everybody that was in the comment section, commenting and helping people out, blocking people if necessary. Appreciate you for that. Man, y'all enjoy y'all day.